Hey guys, it's me again. I think I picked a too heavy topic in a row. But anyway, my name is Ruowen Huang, and I am an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. I'm here to share with you guys the world I know, hoping that will help you guys to understand things a bit better instead of just, always assume it is. Yesterday we talked about hell. So I thought since we talk about hell, we might well just talk about devil. As I share, eventually you will realize I would think my higher spirit doesn't like me because every time they want me to learn something, they really dump it on me, or they really force it upon me. So devil is a process of learning. It's at the beginning of my journey before they want to introduce every other thing to me. So how do I start this? Let me start with devil and the ghost. They both give you very chill feeling. Like you feel cold when you are ghosts around the general, because their temperature lower, so you feel kind of cold, right? But devil, when they're around, they make you feel chill. And that chill is not just temperature chill. You feel the chill from inside out. It actually comes from your bone. So it's different type of cold temperature for me. But, that's how initially how I identify they are different from ghost. So devil have three, here I'm going to say devil have three different level too. They are very beginning devil where they cannot really cover out themselves. So they will look kind of scary mostly. It's because their face would be a bit distorted, or they usually will have some sharp teeth, or anyway, you would be able to tell they are not normal if you're able to see them. And the second level of devil, you're actually able to look like a normal people. But their energy, they are not able to contain their energy. So the chances they will be able to make you feel a little bit anxious. When they're around, even though they are normal, you might perceive them as a normal people, you will feel a bit anxious. Or for me, my heartbeat will start going really fast. And then I will still feel uncomfortable. It's like I'm putting on the wrong, one size too small clothes or something. It's very uncomfortable feeling for me. So, and then the third level of the devil, they can almost look like, they can change their form any way they want. And then they are able to contain their energy that you cannot really tell who they are. So for these three different type of devil, their vibration, we talked about vibration earlier. Their vibration is actually between human and the higher spirit. So based on how good they can contain their energy, the vibration will be different. So I'm going to introduce the three very basic devil for me to you guys. Actually, this journey was a little bit hard for me because when my higher spirit really want me to learn devil, they send one to me every day, threaten to kill me. But, I guess that kind of helped me confront to my own fear of death, saying to a point, I'm saying, well, so what, I die? If it's meant to be that way, then so be it, right? And then it even come to a point that I would, not only they are there threaten me, I was having a nightmare every day, because I would always get brought to this dimension that it just always chill. So what I chill in the bone give you fear. It's automatically you feel scared, but you don't know why you are scared, right? So I had months of those kind of dream, and then I will also wake up with bruise everywhere for no reason, right? So to a point, I was so fed up by this type of life because I think I'm going crazy. And then I remember there was one time I was battling all those, I was being defeated by those demons, but and my Buddha was just sitting there, just standing there watching. So I really got a point, I got really upset with her because I was thinking, why don't you help me? Why would you do that to me? I thought God is supposed to help people. Why would you just stand there? And then she's telling me, how do you know I'm real God? So that really pushed my button, I guess. I said, well, why would you say that? Because you look like God. And then I guess what she said, just because I look like God, how are you certain I am the one here to help you? So I guess because based on that conversation, that really pushed me a little bit more, because, even we got into a debate, I said, well, if that's the case, that you could be devil too. And then she said, well, I could be. So as you can see, it's not really going anywhere. But because of that specific conversation, it really pushed me a little bit forward to really, really identify what devil really is. I guess that's why later on I discovered there are actually 3 different types of devil. But even though there are 3 different types, as a process of, as you can see, I go through I don't trust who you are type of periods. So, it's all about me, right? I guess at that time, after I had that conversation, I just don't trust any spirit. But, but also because of that, I start to study their energy, studying their vibrations, studying how I can identify as normal people, how I'm able to overcome it. Let's say if I don't see them. So, through study, I start to realize they are patterning out devil. Devil is basically in a different dimension, almost have their own dimension. But, they do come across here and there sometimes in our world. But I do realize there's one thing that to feed them, They feed by human fear. That is to say, the more you are afraid of them, the more power they have. So by discovering that, I sure enough try to exercise, right? I try to exercise to make sure it really work for me or for everybody else. Then that's the moment I realize you can have devil around you, but if you don't have that fear toward them, giving them power and make them capable to do something harm to you, the truth is they cannot do anything to you, because their power comes from the fear from human. So, that's why, after studying this, I'm always coming back to the beginning and, coaching people, try to really focusing on themselves, try to stabilize themselves and have faith in themselves. Because the things of that is, the more you believe yourself, the less you'll be scared of the things that are unknown. The more you understand the world you don't know, the less you will be fear of, again, the less you would fear of unknown. So the more you can know where you stand, and then don't have that strong anger or fear to a thing, the chances you are unlikely to be influenced by any devil around it. So anyway, that is my definition of devil. So just let you know, they are higher vibration between human and God, between this. And then they could disguise themselves sometime as, God sometime, especially when one have strong opinion, when one has, fear toward them, and then usually what it goes is going hand in hand. You have a craving and you have a fear, right? So the more you are scared of them, the more you give them power. That's what I try to say. So I also noticed they are living human that can have chance or possibility of turning into the dimensional devil. Usually those human, you should be able to see the trace. Those human, as they were living, they want to be God. It's different from those people who want to take all control of their life. They think, I have a power to control my life, or I have a power to design my life. It's very different from that. Those particular people, they want to be God. The reason of that is they want people to look up to them, they want people to follow them, or they want people to believe they are the law. So, you may see a small community or things like that, they will have people, almost act like they speak for God, and then therefore they will have collect follower or to look up to them as they are God. So, I do notice for those particular soul, they are trained to know what kind of dimension they were going to, even when they're alive. So what those kind of soul who already act like I am God, the chances I notice like when they do die, they tend to go into this dimension that's, away from the white light or the, hell that we talked about yesterday. But they are trapped in their own dimension, like they become so-called devil, or, the beginning of devil, which we will call bad spirit. I will use bad spirit sometimes. So anyway, that's my definition of devil. There are also the other kind of devil. I don't really call it devil, I call it demon. The reason of demon is actually brewed, it's not coming from outside, it's actually brewed from within. Sounds scary, but don't. But where it usually come from is usually the greed from human. Like when we have greed of something, that is the greed toward the fame, the greed toward money, the greed toward something. That greed, normal people have that in some degree, but when you push a certain degree, it will force you to do something that almost is not right, but you will continue doing it. So when I make that first step, usually it starts brewing some kind of demon within. So in Chinese, in Buddhism, we call that a devil of heart. But here I'm going to use demon to group that. So I'm not going to talk about it today because that's complete different category. So, but I will hopefully talk about it in the future episode. So anyway, that's 2 difficult word in a row. But I hope I answered the question of devils, and tomorrow we're gonna talk about something lighter because that's too heavy for the week. So tomorrow we're gonna talk about the elements of earth. So once you know elements of earth, then you can actually apply to it in your life. So if you like what I'm doing, like my Facebook, join us on Periscope, or subscribe me on YouTube, or you can always go to my website, ruowen.com. Sometimes if I forget some point, I will try to do it right up there. So anyway, thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you again tomorrow. Bye.